Alright, just gonna show you guys some stuff that sold over the weekend. Today is Monday. I think I had a total of like 11 or 12 orders. So sold this HomePod, this Donkey Kong with the bongos, sold this Pokemon bag, and this Exorcist VH tape that worked out perfectly. Everything was just right on top. And then in the other room, I've got some video games that I sold that I need to find as well. So I'm just sitting everything that I sold over here. And then this stack of video games sold too. Just Dance, Blu-ray, that one's still sealed. This Saints Row, that's still sealed. Midnight Club, and Animal Crossing. And then I think I've still got a couple more. There's that. These items. And here are the last few items that sold. Mortal Kombat for the DS. This one sold for $21 over on Mercari. SimCity for the Super Nintendo. That sold for $13 on eBay. House of the Dead Overkill. This one sold for $22 on eBay. So pretty good weekend of sales. Nothing super crazy, but some good profit for sure. This Apple HomePod, these are a Bolo. This sold for $58 on eBay, and that sold within 24 hours of me listing it. Another Bolo would be the Midnight Club 3. That sold for $32, and that sold pretty quick as well. So now I got to get all of these packed up, and then I'm going to head out, go to a thrift, go to Goodwill, and see what I can pick up. And one more order just came in as I was finishing packing this copy of Story of Seasons Trio of Towns. I had this on Instagram and at one of my events for $30, but I guess it's good that it didn't sell because it sold on eBay for $42. Alright, just wanted to show off this marketplace haul that I picked up. So every now and then I will make a post in like local community pages asking for the stuff that I buy, video games, vintage clothes, you know, all that kind of stuff. Made one of those posts. I usually get like, I don't know, 50 or so replies, and then usually about 5 of them will actually lead to something that I'm looking for. So this lady messaged me saying that she had a bunch of video games. We agreed on $140, and this is everything that I got. So first up, I got the Bonkos. And I got some GameCube games, a GameCube, a DS, some decent stuff. This GameCube controller is super beat, as you can see, but I should be able to clean that up. Then I got just a black GameCube console. It's got a Nintendo memory card and then a Joytech memory card. I'm about to test that out right now, make sure that it works. And then these were both case only, unfortunately, Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon Magical Melody. But I did get some decent games in here. So we got this Hot Wheels for Wii. Never seen this one before with the slipcover. Unfortunately, that's only like a $5 game though. But I got Need for Speed Carbon. That's about a $20 game. Crash Nitro. It's about a $20 game as well. This is the DS Lite. The hinge is broken, but it does work. So I should be able to get like 40 bucks out of that. And then all of these other games as well. So the actual game to go with the bongos. Super Monkey Ball. Unfortunately, all of this stack is missing the manual. Pac-Man Fever. SpongeBob Flying Dutchman. Mario Toadstool Tour. Copy of Magical Melody with the game, which I've already sold this on Instagram for $15. And then a copy of Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. So I'm going to go ahead and plug the GameCube up. I've got my TV ready. Going to make sure that that works. Alright, so the GameCube did power right up. Gonna go ahead and test out these games, make sure that all of the games work, and that the console actually reads the games. So let's make sure here. Gameplay. Oops. Alright, it does pull up the Harvest Moon right away. Typically, consoles are pretty indestructible. It's honestly pretty rare that I get a console that doesn't work. But even if I do, I have someone that does repairs for me, so that's never really a big deal. And I also did get, if I can find which case I put them in, got disc-only copies of Mario Party 4 and Mario Party 7 as well. These go for like 35 a piece, so pretty decent pickup. Looks like the GameCube is working just fine, so I'm gonna go ahead and test all of these games out. But again, I paid $140 for this, and the total value of everything was right around $300. Alright, just made a super quick trip into Goodwill, grabbed these two items for a total of $30. This is some sort of Sleep Number assembly. That was 20 bucks. I looked it up on eBay. It looks like they're going for like 80 to 100. So I'll probably list mine at 70 or 75 just to get it sold quick. And then this Kenwood stereo, this was only $9, which is pretty crazy. I didn't see any sold comps of any that are working. All the ones that I saw were for parts, and they were all going for like $30. But I did plug this in and it did work. So I'll probably list it for 50 or 60, and hopefully it sells pretty quick as well. And all of this stuff here came from the flea market yesterday. So from the flea market, I got these two bats up here. They're both Easton bats. This one is a Star Wars bat. It's like a limited edition, but both of those will sell for $15 a piece. Then I picked up this vintage Mitchell & Ness Toronto Raptors hat. This is pretty cool. Comps on this are like 15 to 20 bucks. Picked up this 3D Blu-ray player for $1. Still can't get over that. Like I said, Blu-ray players absolutely fly for me. I cannot keep them in stock. So as soon as I list that, I should be able to get 30 to 40 out of it. Then I picked up this lot of games along with these two manuals for $100 total. If you know, you know. This Echo Knight alone goes for like 150 bucks. It is fully complete, has the registration card. I'm going to hold on to this for some of my upcoming cons, and I'm going to price it at $200, and I should honestly have no problem getting that at a convention. And then the Mega Man, this one, unfortunately didn't have the disc, but I already ordered one for 20 bucks, so we'll say 120 all in. But this one will sell for about $70 in complete condition. Toonstein, I'm probably going to end up keeping this for the collection. I love Looney Tunes, and this game looks super fun. But if I do decide to sell it, it goes for about $20. Then I also picked up this remote. This is an Xbox remote. This was $1 as well. This will go for about $15. This PS1 controller. The joysticks are pretty beat up, but it still works, and this was only $1 as well. I also picked up a few various pieces of clothing. Got this Golden State Warriors shirt. This was $3 at Goodwill. Does have some staining, so I'll have to wash it, but I should have no problem getting about 15 bucks out of that. Then I picked up this kids Steelers hoodie. This is NFL branded. This is in great condition. Paid $5 for this at the flea market. That should sell for 15 to 20. Picked up this polo. This is a Ralph Lauren polo. Yellow pastel color. This is a pretty popular color. And this was half off, so I only paid $4 for it. The last one that I sold, it was brand new, but it sold for $18, so I should be able to get about 12 to 15 out of this one in pre-owned condition. Then I picked up this Ohio State shirt. This is Nike branded. This is vintage. Super cool graphic on it. But I should be able to get about 15 out of that, and this was $1. Then I paid $7 for this vintage pair of Wrangler camo pants. Pretty good deal on these, and comps on these are $30 to $35 on eBay. Alright, just picked up this box of video games for $50. Didn't film it because it is absolutely pouring. But we got some pretty solid stuff. We got a copy of Parasite Eve 2. It is sun faded. I don't know if it has a manual. I haven't went through any of them yet. But that's like a $100 game if it's complete. We got Metal Gear Solid for PS1. If this one is complete, this is like, I think, a $40 or $50 game, Black Label. And then a copy of Dino Crisis, which it is missing the manual, unfortunately, but it's still the disc and the back art. Got a copy of Die Hard Trilogy. This sealed copy of a Game Boy Advance Pokemon movie. That is super cool. Never came across one of those before. But yeah, let me take this to the house and we'll break it down. Alright, so back home, just going through this. I've got another seller that's going to come and probably take some of these filler games. But as far as the stuff that I'm going to keep, let's see if this has the manual. Yeah, no manual, so Going to be keeping all of this stuff. Okay, I was just looking all of this stuff up to get a value on it. I did not realize that this thing was sealed, and I didn't realize that it was this valuable. When I looked it up on Price Chart, this thing goes for over 200 bucks in sealed condition, and this is like mint, no dings, no tears, no rips, no nothing. Literally cannot believe that. That is one of the craziest pickups that I've ever had, honestly. And then this Dino Crisis, like I said, missing the manual, should still be able to get like 30 to 40 bucks out of that. It goes for about 70 complete. This Spyro, this is like a $10 to $15 game, but I've got a couple other loose Spyro games that I'll throw this with. Die Hard Trilogy, I think this one goes for like 10 to 15 as well, but this one's pretty popular. This Metal Gear, again, no manual, should still be able to get like 30 bucks out of that. Parasite Eve, again, no manual, unfortunate, and it is sun faded, so like I said, it's 100 bucks complete, but in this condition, I'll probably be able to get like 50, but I can't complain. And then this True Lies, I didn't realize that this was valuable. It is missing the manual, but just the cart goes for 25, so with the case, I should be able to get like 30 to 35 out of it. It's like 60 bucks complete. Super Monkey Ball PS2, this one is complete. With the registration card, that's $15 game. And then this True Crime, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. I do get asked a lot if I have this game, but this is only like a $10 game. So yeah, pretty crazy haul for only 50 bucks. Honestly, probably going to message this lady and probably give her another 50 bucks because the value of this is literally insane. Alright, I'm about to trade this copy of Dino Crisis. It does not have the bonus disc, but I'm actually trading this to another reseller slash friend for a piece of vintage clothing. I've been trying to get into clothing more. He wanted this game for his collection, and I wanted some of the stuff that he had, so it kind of works out. Let me show you what I'm getting. Alright, this is what I got for my half of the trade. Super happy with this. I've been trying to get into vintage clothing more, like I said. I find it every now and then at yard sales and at thrifts, but he told me that he picked up these NASCAR jackets at a thrift, and, you know, I just had to have them. So I'm very happy with this trade. Probably had about 30 bucks into that Dino Crisis, so to get this is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and take pictures of it, list it on eBay, and I should have no problem getting anywhere from like 80 to 100 for it. So I'm super happy with this trade.